Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. WWE announced one more member that is going to be going into the WWE Hall of Fame. It is none other than Tim White, the longtime WWE referee. Tim White is going to be going in, I guess you can say post-mortem. Is that the way you say it? He died in June of 2022. Tim White was a guy that, did a lot of things in wrestling. He did things for the WWF before he was a referee. He was honestly a guy that, helped Andre the Giant get around. He was a referee. He ended up having two shoulder injuries, one of them in a Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and Chris Jericho at the Judgment Day, I believe 2002. He had surgery, he got rehabbed, he came back, refereed a match between Chris Jericho and Christian at WrestleMania 20, suffered the same injury again, forcing him to end his referee career. But to me, honestly, he's going to be going in, getting the Ultimate Warrior award. And if you go back to the Ultimate Warrior's acceptance speech at WrestleMania 30, he kind of said that he wished there was a Hall of Fame for the members of backstage, the people that helped out the WWE get to where they are today, people that don't get the recognition that they deserve. Since then, the Ultimate Warrior Award has been given out sort of almost to fans, or maybe even to celebrities that might have been wrestling fans, but it never really fit what the Ultimate Warrior wanted the award to be. Honestly, maybe the Ultimate Warrior talked about this more backstage, or he talked about it leading up to the WrestleMania, saying that's maybe what he wanted, but it didn't really seem like what he said in his acceptance speech at the WrestleMania 30 Hall of Fame. But to me, honestly, Tim White is one of the first names that's received this award that I believe really deserves what he was given. I think a lot of fans will remember Tim White for those horrible skits that they did around 2005. Leading up to a Hell in a Cell match. They would keep going to Tim White, where basically he would be doing backstage skits where he kept on trying to commit suicide. To me, honestly, I think that, they're skits. Yeah, they're part of a wrestling entertainment show. But there had to be somebody out there that just got turned off at the fact of a guy trying to commit suicide. I think that people turn in to watch wrestling, hoping to see, sports entertainment. Some people come in to look for storylines, but I'm sure somebody out there, had, suicide in their life, maybe had attempted suicide themselves, somebody in their family, and just that's not what they tune into the WWE for. Tim White, I think he deserves this. I think that he is a guy that you can look back on. He's definitely not the most, famous referee. Of course, there would be, the Hebners. He is a member of the TNA Impact Hall of Fame. He hasn't been welcomed back since his firing. You can easily say that he did a job for Vince McMahon. He did his part in the screw job that I don't think a lot of other people would have done. I think that he got Vince out of the situation that he was in. It would have looked pretty weird if they would have rang the bell. They could have just had Vince ring the bell, but Hebner doing this, even if, by the time he realized what he did, he was already out of the ring, running to the car, where his brother, would drive away. It's not like the WWE and Bret Hart have the best relationship right now. I don't think Bret's done anything since showing up and showing off the AEW championship on that AEW pay-per-view before it was given away the first time to Chris Jericho. But I would think that Hebner, maybe even Gorilla Monsoon's son, was a pretty notorious referee back in the day. They went away sometime in the 90s, naming the referees' names on television. I think a lot of fans might know the referees that the real fans, that they learn their names online or something like that, but they're never really brought into storylines. They don't get, trading cards. They definitely don't get figures. They're more props, I guess you can say, part of a match than they are supposed to be like entertainers. They're supposed to add, be a part of the match, but they're not supposed to add to it. You don't see guys like Charles Robinson. They sort of got phased out. I think Robinson's still with the company. I don't really even see him referee matches anymore, but maybe they just don't showcase him on the matches so you don't realize that he's there. But, him like running down to the ring, that sort of gif you see all the time to make the call after one of the ref bumps. And that's something like that. Charles Robinson's even a guy that you can think could be a Hall of Famer for, everything that he did for WCW before their dying days, wrestling matches, being Little Nate, a part of the Ric Flair. He wasn't part of the Horsemen, but, he was definitely a part of that whole presidency run that he went on. And then, of course, coming in as a part of the Invasion, being, built up in the company to the point where he was the head referee for the WWE. I'm not trying to knock Tim White at all. I already went over the whole suicide thing, and then basically not saying he's the best referee that's ever had. But anybody who's heard this guy talk, whether if it's on YouTube videos or met him at like one of the WrestleMania functions. The stories that he told from back in the day, all the things that he did before he was even a referee in the ring, dancing with the hose. He definitely is a guy that deserves this award, and it's going to be fun to see him honored. He's probably definitely somebody that Vince McMahon really cares about. The fact that, once he had the two shoulder injuries, he continued to be used every single time that WWE came to their town. He would go to the bar and destroy it. And I'm sure that Vince paid to fix a lot of things in that bar for Tim White every single time he let the Acolytes loose, or Stone Cold Steve Austin just tear that bar apart. Getting him new dartboards, pool tables, the bar itself, definitely new chairs every single time they came because somebody was getting hit with one. But here's to you, Tim White. Good job, WWE Hall of Fame, Ultimate Warrior Award.